A second stimulus check will be coming to you, and a deal made as members of Congress are urged to get right back to work and have not left town in the negotiations. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is LALATE in a morning where there's a lot of dew and water dropping. So if you see something dropping on my face, it's the wonder of late mid-August. Thank you for joining me for Mornings LALATE, our morning program every morning at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Hope the toast is good. I like, as someone said, they like their croissant with a little bit of strawberry jelly and preserve on top of it. That sounds wonderful. They said that yesterday. Hope the coffee is great. Great news, exciting news. I mean, my jaw is dropping about the second stimulus check and the second stimulus package. And it started in an unusual way this morning with the following. First, let me get right to the news. You're going to get your second stimulus check and a second stimulus check deal, or package deal, I should say. It is likely to get reached this week now as the parties are back to the negotiation tables and others have urged them to get it done. Both people in the Congress, Republican leaders, and members of the White House, and finally, guess who else? Top individuals in Kentucky. Oh yes, this is really juicy, more juicy than a hot plate of biscuits to start the morning. Let me get right to it. The second stimulus check deal points were all reached over 2 weeks ago, as first reported on this channel. There was an agreement about the check, $1,200, time of delivery, 10 days after date of signage by the president to send the IRS, have the IRS send it out. Eligibility, everyone involved, single individuals, non-dependents, minor dependents, adult dependents, everyone involved would get a $1,200 second stimulus check. So everyone sat here, as I reported, for over 2 weeks there's a deal, and wondered, where's the check? The reason why he had not got to the check is it was a part of a big stimulus package, called a package, and had a lot of parts in it. And those parts, ironically, as first reported on this channel over 2 weeks ago, had agreement as well. The talks fell apart. I'll get more to the details of the package shortly, but the talks of the package fell apart last Friday because of the reporting, not because of my reporting, but as I reported, because of one big item, a big bailout of states, $1 trillion. So that was then. We all know what happened then. Then came all the false news, and let me debunk all the false chatter out there. One, they've all gone home, the members of the Senate and the Congress. No, totally untrue. They were on the Senate floor yesterday chatting about the bill. Two, they are in recess and not going to work to September, so there's no vote to September. Also, categorically untrue. It's about as untrue as that Earth is flat. What happened was Mitch McConnell, head of the Senate Republicans, and Nancy Pelosi, head of the House Democrats, made an agreement several days ago, and that agreement memorialized what they said weeks before, reported first on this channel, that they're not going to permanently recess to September, that if there's an agreement on the stimulus package by those four nincompoops, that the members of the Senate would reconvene in the chambers within 24 hours, no matter where they are. No, if they're in the south of France with their feet getting a Mai Tai with in two different hands, double fisting Mai Tais, they're ordered back to the Senate. That's what the agreement is. And that they would vote on it, reach a vote quickly thereafter, which could be literally that day, and the president would sign the bill the next day. That's how quick the agreement was to manifest, and it's still an agreement. So anyone says they're not doing anything to September, there, go to the side, please. Stand in the corner to the end of this video. That's the next thing. Additionally, the president has inherent authority and will invoke that inherent authority to order members of Congress to sit and vote on an emergency bill, and he will do it this time. So what happened, LALATE, overnight? Well, the day started out very peculiar this Wednesday morning. as has always been the case with the Hot Mess Express, with the stock market vowing to rally at the opening. Now you're all saying, oh, those stupid rich fat bastards on Wall Street, what now? Well, they believe there's going to be a resuming of the second stimulus check negotiations today. And that's why they're putting their money, which is more indication than anything, that on rallying the stock market, because they think there's going to be a return to the negotiation table today, and they think it's going to start right away this morning. Why do they think this? Because of the most unlikely person who's vowing, urging, and about to crack the whip to get people back to the negotiation table. Who is it? It's not Donald Trump. It's not Nancy Pelosi. It's Mitch McConnell. Oh boy, I mean, this is better than a Jackie Collins novel. The guy who never wanted to have a deal 4 months ago is now saying, you bastards, get into the room and negotiate, otherwise we're all going to implode. He didn't say the last part of the sentence, but that's basically what's going on. Here is the backstory, which is now becoming really salacious and fascinating. Apparently, there is several reports out, and I'm not going to go through each of them. I'm just going to give you a flavor of one. And this comes from one leading magazine that says Mitch McConnell is now under the gun because top people in Kentucky are beyond furious. I can't even say the word on camera how angry they are with him, because in the interview it says, yes, there are some people who are making good money we're making more money on unemployment than normally. But there's many that are absolutely losing their shirt, losing their businesses, and they want Mitch McConnell's head from Kentucky. There are some people, I'm sure, that are bringing home more than they were making before the pandemic, referring to unemployment assistance. This is a person in Kentucky. But there's also those who are making a lot less. And what about those who need a job, who can't get a job because the coronavirus is coming back? These voters, this is one of the voters in Kentucky, Democrats and Republicans have made a freaking political issue when it shouldn't be political. It ought to be what's best for the country. It says that the economic status in Kentucky, where Mitch McConnell was never inherently that incredibly popular, is so bad now. They are literally telling him, don't come back to your home state for any recess. We will get your head. So he's not leaving town. He's not leaving D.C. because no one wants him back in Kentucky. And he's now saying overnight that we need to get a deal. He appeared on Fox News and he said, I think it's time for everybody to get back to the table and let's get a deal done. Oh my goodness. I just want to get the towel and wipe the perspiration because, boy, stop biting those fingernails because we're finally through it. Now, this is ironically he's not the first person who said this in the last 2 days. I can't remember it's Wednesday now. On Sunday, Pete Navarro, who is that trade ambassador for President Donald Trump, and he only really appears on Sunday morning to chatter about stuff. We never see him during the week. He said this is absolutely insane. It is categorically insane what's going on. He says the parties need to meet in the middle and get it done this week. And he's urging and the president believes the same as well. Oh, damn. Okay, let's do it, baby. My goodness. And if that's not enough, the voice of reason, he's become like the Candy Burrs of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Mitt Romney, said this is insane what's going on, get this friggin' thing done. And these points that the president has offered are not accomplishing anything. If you didn't see what happened on our video last night, because you probably do, because we had just a confusion of the videos at the wrong time and the wrong videos here, and I apologize. But this is not the same shirt. Mitt Romney said, this proposal that the Republicans have floated for unemployment assistance is categorically in tune with their inability to get a deal done. As you understand, your second stimulus check is part of a package. And everyone on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits was agreed upon by the Republicans and the Democrats in that negotiation room 2 weeks ago. I was the first to report it for you, that you're getting a check. Whether you're a minor dependent or adult dependent, you're getting a check. So why the hell am I not getting my damn check, Allie? Like, because it's in a package. And the package had a lot of stuff in there. And some of the stuff, well, really just 2 items in the package, became a deal-breaking point between these two people. One was a big bailout of the states, $1 trillion. The other one is sort of a breaking point, but not really. It's sort of like a fake breaking point, is FPUC. That $600 per week that came from the federal government all the way to the month of July, created in the first CARES Act, has now expired and would go on top of your UI and PUA benefits. Well, the Republicans initially offered $200, which I said, oh, we are really in deep crap when they did $200 a week, because that's insane. No one can live on $200 plus $86 a week. No one can live on $286 a week. I mean, it's just crazy. So they came and they moved and they came and they moved. Well, they had the executive order. We had the executive order on Saturday, and if you didn't watch my reporting yesterday, I just can't. I really can't deal with this craziness anymore. Larry Kudlow, who is literally a comedy sketch every hour, invalidated the executive order yesterday. He came out and he said, well, the executive order was to give everyone $400 a week, because that's what the president thinks everyone needs. Well, we're not doing that because the states wouldn't pay the money. So you know what? We'll change the executive order. Now we're $300 a week. So yeah, if you blinked yesterday, which you probably did, if you didn't have Larry Kudlow on your stalker watch because you're such a fan of him, then you probably missed the executive order has now been changed because Larry Kudlow says it is changed. So you're no longer getting $400 a week, you're now $300 a week, and you're not actually getting that money either, because the states have now said they're not paying the money because they don't have the money to pay it. Well, Mitt Romney has had enough of this, and so Mitt Romney, who is the voice of reason, the Candy Burris of Atlanta House of the Congressional Caucus, said, this is insane. Just pay the $600. I mean, what is really going on here? He says, my legal staff has looked at the executive orders and believes that they possibly are good legally. But this isn't the way things are supposed to be done. He says that this wrangling over $100 or $200 a week is insane. Because remember, Mitt Romney and that wonderful Schweck guy from Florida introduced a bill last week because they couldn't agree with the president or anyone else at $400 a week. So he said, excuse me, he did $500 a week. He did $500 a week. And he scaled it down based upon unemployment numbers. Guess who said that to you as well? You start at $600 and you scale it down as unemployment improves, which is not going to improve this week, but will possibly improve in January or December. Great. That's what Nancy Pelosi agrees to. Just come on already. It's so obvious. So what's going on at LALATE? I mean, first hazard pay. What's going on at hazard pay? What's going on at FPUC? What's going on for rent assistance? What's going on all these incredible, wonderful things? Well, the great, exciting news is you're going to get your second stimulus check. And if you are one of those viewers who are sitting back and saying they're not voting until September, you're wrong. They're not in D.C., you're wrong. There's nothing going to happen. I heard from my sister's brother's uncle's nephew that they're not doing anything. Well, your sister's brother's nephew needs to stop watching those channels, because there's one person you really want to bet on more than anyone else, or body you want to bet on more than anyone else. It's Wall Street. Wall Street is categorically usually not incorrect about simple things like this. So and Mitch McConnell, of all people, who has literally gone from saying, don't even bring me a bill, I don't want to see a bill, it's dead on arrival, is now saying sign the bill. It shows you where we are. The situation's very dire in many respects, and so let me get to the aspects of where there are agreements and when you should see money and what the money you could see. First, the second stimulus check. If there was even an agreement by these four nincompoops, you know, let's say this is today, Wednesday, let's say it's on Friday, Congress could reconvene on Saturday and Sunday, or, you know, let's give it to Monday or Tuesday because they don't want to work on the weekend. Let's give it to Monday or Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday, they can get it voted on. They could get it voted on Monday. Next Monday, the president could sign into order. Next Monday, the checks would go out. Within 10 days, you would have the funds. 10 plus 13 days from next Monday electronically, or 10 plus probably 6 days approximately if you're signed by paper check next Monday, based upon the representations of Steve Mnuchin. Someone said the other day, I told you you're going to get checks 3 weeks ago. I never told you you're going to get checks 3 weeks ago. I'm giving you the routing times based upon how fast they can get this done, and they're saying they're going to get it done really, really fast. Next, hazard pay. There's all indication that hazard pay is going to get approved. And the Mitt Romney quote here suggests that hazard pay is getting approved at $10,000 lump sum. I did the hazard pay video yesterday. It went up later. I'm sorry. It went up at 7:15 Pacific Standard Time. I'll do it again today. And I love that so many of you are so excited about hazard pay because it really is an exciting bill. FPUC, where are we going to drop? How are we going to drop? Is it going to be retroactive? I gotta laugh. Guess who did a little bit of clickbait today? No, not this people or that person online. Actually, one of the leading broadcasters who I'm not going to call out. But it said, oh, everyone's $600 a week is going to be coming retroactively now. I'm like, what? Needless to say, it was an incorrect report and using the word retroactive. Basically, what they're saying is a lot of states have still not paid your $600 a week for several weeks back. Back from the date of your certification. And I got to explain that really quickly right now because this is a big issue. Because people have asked me this as well. If you got your PUA, I'm going to go slow on this one because this is really, there's a lot of money. It's very important. If you got your PUA or UI application on file, as this guy with the purple usual shirt, today it's pink, shirt has said to get it on file before the bill expired. If you did that, I don't care if it's approved, that you got it on file, that you filed it, and that it's still, waiting to be reviewed. If it gets approved, which it will, because you did it right, guess what? You're going to get the $600 a week for those weeks before July 20-something. Yeah, so let me give you an example. If you watched my video 2 weeks ago, which I told you get your thing on file. I almost cursed, get your freaking thing on file. Get it on file, get it on file. I said, get it on file. And you got it on file, the middle of July. And you had one more week before FPUC, before everything was supposed to expire. Well, let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and your application is approved. Guess what? You're getting all that money for the time in which you were impacted by COVID-19. So if you said you were impacted by COVID-19 from March to July 12th when you applied, March to July 12th is when you said it was your impact period. It doesn't matter we're in August. You're going to get all that money because that's the law. So that was what that fascinating report said with the very bad clickbait title that said, hey, you're going to get all those benefits. They're not really retroactive. Well, I guess you call them, yeah, they are retroactive benefits. They are benefits back from the date in which you applied. But the point is that you're going to get them even though you think that FPUC at $600 has expired. Really, really great news. Now, as to people who have gotten all their FPUC and are waiting for the new weeks of FPUC, where does this take you? And people have asked me, what are you going to see? How am I going to see it? I just don't see you getting $400 or $300 or whatever dollar amount, Dollar General, Dollar Tree that Larry KUDLOW wants to give you this week. I just don't see it happening in the next 5 days. I really just think you're going to see the bill agreed upon. You're going to see a flat, pure number. Pure number means actually a number, not tied to calculations of 2019 earnings. A pure number. And it's going to be $400 to $600 a week. I would absolutely bet the barn that's going to be $400 to $600 a week. And it's going to be a pure number. It's going to be to December. Very, very simple. Rent assistance, rent eviction, and everything about homes. That has been agreed upon also in the second stimulus check. I mean, this is what's really great news. Rent grants, which is that big amount of money to help you for rent and help you for utilities, allegedly has also been agreed upon in the second stimulus package, and rent eviction moratorium, which, as you've watched my videos yesterday and this weekend, is not in the executive order. There's no executive order to rent eviction moratorium. It didn't do anything. Awful. What else has been agreed upon? Food stamps, student loan debt deferment repayment, a new round of PPP. boy, there's so many things, and I always try to remember all of them. Hopefully I got them all for you. The things that are likely not approved are that federal building, MITCH's insurance liability provision, the meal deal where you can deduct meals, the travel deal where you can deduct travel. I mean, I would not be surprised if you saw the meal deal and the travel deal go in there, because it's not a lot of money. It doesn't cost the federal government to give anything. I can just see Nancy say, I'll give this to you if we get the friggin' bill done. So I wouldn't be surprised about it. And then people have been asking me this as well. EIDL, loans and grants, my OGs, my original hug buddies. Are they going to be in this? Is it going to be another round of EIDL grants, $10,000 grants within 3 days of you asking for it? I can't say it with a straight face anymore. I mean, even 3 months later. Or EIDL loans, likely. There's a lot of push for congressional legislation for that. I did a video about that 2 days ago. But if it's not in this, it'll be done separately. So a lot of great news coming out today is afternoon's LALATE. I hope you stay with me. Go to the front of this channel because there is a button there that says subscribe. And you really, really need to hit that, whether there's a shooting at the White House, an announcement of a VP running mate, a change of FPUC because Larry Kudlow says so. These things are changing by the minute. What I do, if you don't understand, is that I have a thing in the channel where I can send you an alert if you're a subscriber, and it says, hi, executive order issued. Hi, we have a video coming up in 20 minutes. Hi, I messed up the video. Hi, I'm going to get tarred and feathered because I put the wrong title with the wrong video. It's a way for me to communicate with you, and I can see your comments as well. Which I didn't know up to recently. I can see your comments as well, so I can respond back to you. It's a great thing. It's a subscribe button in the front of the channel and has an alert next to it. On Monday, we added 7,000 new subscribers. Our goal is to get to 200,000 in 2 weeks. I announced that on Monday. Today is Wednesday. We've already gone up 10,000 in 48 hours. So let's do it. I think we can do it, and stay motivated, stay inspired, stay positive. I told you you're going to get your check. I told you to stay motivated and inspired. And coming up later today at 3:30 is afternoon's LALATE. Stay with LA for more. Have a good morning.